Let's make a zipper tag. These are probably my favorite things to make, and I thought I would do a short tutorial to show you how I construct them. I hope you enjoy it. Hello everyone, it's Tammy from the Frou-frou studio, and today I'm going to show you how to make one of my absolute favorite things that I make. I was just working today on replenishing some of these for my Etsy shop, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to do a little short tutorial to show you how I construct these, so you could make some if you choose to. And I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and if you do, please subscribe to my channel and give me a little thumbs up, and feel free to comment or ask me any questions that you have about these, and I'll be glad to get back to you. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to make, this one I am making 4th of July themed, since that's approaching us quickly. And I've just have a stack of stuff here, and we're going to put it together and see how it works. This is a piece of just scrapbook paper that has a craft core and has these cute little polka dots on it, and I just used a number 8 tag and traced it out and cut it out and poked the hole to make the tag. This is a printable from the Digital Collage Club, I believe is where this one is from. And I just printed it out again on cardstock. And I have already cut these. This will be the image that is on the inside of the zipper once we install it. So the first step is going to be to glue this little guy down on the tag. Sometimes I use the actual manila tags and just glue paper on top, and then sometimes I make the tags out of cardstock. It really just depends on what kind of tag I'm making and what kind of paper I have, but either will work. I'm not going to put the lid on that because I'll be taking that pin in and out the whole time. So we're just going to glue this in place. I am using art glitter glue on this. You can use any kind of glue. I prefer either 3-in-1 or art glitter on most of my stuff. Okay, and this is just a zipper that I found at a local thrift store, charity shop. I got a whole bag of them for like $5, and they can be any length. It doesn't matter if they're too long. Obviously, it matters if they're too short. This one actually was really long, and I just trimmed it off. I trim it on the bottom right below the little metal stop, and then I kind of spread it out and determine how tall that it needs to be. I don't really measure with a ruler. I guess you could do that too, but I just kind of lay it out there and then snip it off. It snips off really easy with a pair of scissors. I use these and they work just fine. And so our next step is going to be to put this down. Now I am going to use my 3-in-1 glue to glue this down because I just like it better when you're working with fabric to use it. It dries quickly, and I feel like that it sticks better than the art glitter glue. Some people may disagree with me, but this is my preference. And we're going to flip it over, and what we want to do is center it as close as we can at the bottom. And I cannot do this without getting glue on me, on my fingers. You may be able to. I can't. I always get glue on my fingers no matter what I'm doing though, so. And just kind of spread it out so that it leaves a nice opening in the middle with our cute little guy there showing through. To me, what makes these so successful and so cute is the layers that you build and the perception that you're giving that this tag zips open and there's something or some kind of surprise or something on the inside. So our little guy in this case has our surprise. Alright, so we got that, and then like I said, you can just take your scissors and just trim it off. And as you can see, it's no issue. And actually, I need to trim that down a little bit. It's no issue, just snip right through it. Alright, so that's what we have now. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to cover the zipper so that the only thing exposed is the teeth and the little zippy part. Alright, and I'm going to use this paper for this. I keep these little folders, and whenever I have a envelope, and whenever I have a idea for a zipper tag, as I'm coming across things in my stash that will work for that particular type of tag, I stick them in an envelope, and then I keep all the envelopes together so that when I go to sit down and mass make these, I have everything all together for different styles. Okay, there is no rhyme or reason to this either. You can use whatever kind of paper. This just happens to be one-sided. Mine's Edge scrapbook paper scrap that I have. And I want this edge to be very rustic and actually I might flip it this way and look like, for it to look like the zipper is being unzipped. And so what I do is I just kind of put it straight at the bottom and use this bottom line for my straight line. And of course, if you have a paper that doesn't have a pattern or anything on it, that doesn't really matter. But in this case, these polka dots, I kind of want them to be straight. And then I just fold it back along the line of the zipper. And then what I'm going to do is rip this down through here to take some of that excess off. And I'm also going to cut it here. Now, if you want this much hanging over, by all means leave this much. I don't want quite that much, and so I'm going to tear it so that that's overhang or overage is not quite that much. So, and I'm not worried about it being straight or anything like that. So I'll put it back in place. And then I kind of roll it. And the purpose of that, of course, is to make it look like It's old and grungy, and then I'm going to trim this at the bottom. I should have marked that instead of just guessing. A bit right there. And then I'm going to ink up this edge really well. And I use Archival ink in coffee because I like the color. I like it to be dark. A lot of people use the vintage photo, but I prefer this coffee. I'm just going to ink that up on both sides so when it rolls back it looks good and grungy. Vintage grungy is my favorite look, and so most of the things that I do have that really aged look. Okay, so there's one side. When we glue it on, it will look like that. And I'll ink the whole tag once we finish. Okay, and then I think this piece will work on the other side. Again, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to kind of roll it back. I raised my camera by setting it on a stack of books, and so it is actually really tall and I can't see it now, so I hope I'm staying in frame. And that you can see everything better. Than before. Turn it over this way. Again, if you want these to not be this rough and you want them to be cut, I think that would work too. If you wanted to just cut it on that angle, I think that would be just fine. And again, let me mark this up here just so I can get it, and then we'll trim it. And we'll ink it. Hope everyone is having a good weekend. It seems like they're over before you know it. If you watched my other video, you'll know that I had my grandkids this weekend and we had a great time. My granddaughter, who's 11, made snippet rolls in her style, and so my 5-year-old grandson had to make his style of snippet rolls as well. I'll have to take a video of those and show you. They actually came out really cute. They love to play in my craft room when they come. Okay, again, no, actually, I'm going to use the art glitter glue. I think it'll be fine. I'm going to glue these on. My middle grandson, who is 9, is all into video games, so he doesn't really care too much about the crafting side of things. He's too busy playing video games to bother himself with crafting. But the other two, the 5-year-old really loves to stamp, and so he had fun with my stamps, and I kind of accomplished two different things. I gave him a bunch of stamps and a bunch of ink and a bunch of neutral color paper, and so he has stamped all over them, and so now I have great background pieces for collaging that I can tear apart and use. So that was kind of, he was really helping me and didn't know it. So it was fun. It was the first time I've had them since COVID. I missed them very much, so I really enjoyed spending time with them this weekend. Okay, so this is where we are. I'm not too concerned with this because we are gonna cover that up. But if that kind of thing bothers you, then, you know, just make sure your paper is wide enough to go all the way over here like we did on this side. I'm gonna trim this down. This is your first video. Thank you. And if you are returning from watching a previous video, I thank you as well. Uh-oh. I've gotten right there where one of those metal things are on the zipper. This is going to be a little tougher, but it will work. Straighten that up. Roll this back. Okay, so this is what we have now. We have our little guy peeking through our zipper. I'm gonna go ahead and ink all the way around this. You can also cover the back if you want to. Like if you only have one-sided paper or whatever, but since this paper has a craft core, it's actually craft paper on the back, and I don't mind that. So I'm just gonna leave it as is. All right, now comes the fun part. As I have strewed things all over my desk. We are going to create our levels that will bring this thing to life. Okay. So I have a few items here that I just kind of gathered up. And I'm going to ink these up. I think these are from one of Tim Holtz's packets here. These little blue flowers. I'm going to ink those up so they're good and grungy. This is also from Tim Holtz. It's just a little 45-cent tag, but it has the right colors, so I thought that would be cute. This little lady is from the digital collage code, and I just fussy cut around her. This is a ticket from Tim Holtz Ticket Book. This is also Tim Holtz. These little stamps, I think they are too, actually. Just out of one of his little snippet groups. I've got a piece of cheesecloth. Grunge up a little bit. I just think this adds some texture as it sticks to my finger. This is a piece of lace that I just cut off, and I'm going to grunge it up as well. It's just too white for my taste. I probably won't use that. And this is a little piece of Tim Holtz's new velvet ribbons, which I think are just so cute. They come in all kinds of colors. Here's mine. And they're just beautiful, beautiful little velvet ribbons. So we're going to use the red to match the zipper. Okay. Everything inked up. Now let's decide how we're going to build this. I'm going to start with the cheesecloth and the lace. And I think then we're going to put the flowers. Then, oh, I'm missing. Oh, I have this one too that I want to use because I want the wording to show on this one. This is a printable also from the Digital Collage Cloud. It's just, I just printed it. You get several, and I just backed it. I printed it on just regular copy paper, and then I just backed it with some cardstock to make it more sturdy. This little lady, I'm not really interested that that flag shows. I was more interested in where it says for Old Glory right there, so. Need something under that. Oh, and I have one more little piece. And I think I may put another piece of this lace down on the other side. Something like that. Oh, I forgot I knew I was forgetting something. Something didn't look right. I forgot my ribbon here. It actually goes here. And that's what we'll have when we get done. And then I will take this is just Crinkle ribbon. I actually ordered this off Etsy. And I cannot think of the name of the shop at the moment, but if I do find her card, I will link it below. I'm sure that I have it somewhere. And we will put a reinforcer. These are just regular Office Depot reinforcers, and I rub them down with my coffee ink so that they look vintage. If you're going to get those to use, I would suggest that you not get the ones that are shiny. Make sure that the ones, whatever you get, are matte. Because if you get the shiny ones, and even if you wipe them down with the ink, they still will look shiny and not have a really vintage look. This is how I always tie off the top of these. They have a bow. You just cut a smaller piece, cut a longer piece. I do 4 loops back and forth. And then I double tie a knot. At the top. Sometimes my fingers don't want to seem to work. All right, so I won't bore you with gluing all this down, but you get the idea of how it's going to look. Like I said, the most intriguing thing to me about these is the layers and building up the layers to give them a more 3D look and just to add interest. So again, if you have any questions, please let me know, and hope to see you soon. And I hope everybody has a great Sunday. See you later. Bye.